guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial is going to be on this look that I'm wearing right now. I really hope that you guys are excited for this video because I am using the amazing Zodiac palette by Kathleen and Colourpop. They collabed together and made this amazing palette. Do you guys? First of all, the packaging on this is amazing. This blue with the metallic on it is just amazing. And then the fact that it has all the signs all over it, even on the back, I love it. So when you open it up, this is what it looks like. It has a full-size mirror, which I'm going to cover so that I don't blind you guys, but has a full-size mirror, which I really love because I travel all the time. Looking at it, it looks crazy. I know. It's got the pops of colors right here, and then some oranges and browns and blacks, and it's just like, it's a little weird because how wearable is this going to be? But this palette is actually super wearable. I've used this so many times already, so I can personally tell you that I've created so many looks with this that are daytime appropriate, nighttime appropriate. You can go from brunch to the club with this palette. It's amazing, and everything in here is super pigmented. It's just everything that you expect from Colourpop and from Kathleen Lights. Then the next thing that I wanted to mention, I also used the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. This is a collab day. I'm sorry. Okay, if you're not here for it, then you know where the exit button is. But this is the Jaclyn. I don't even know what to do. This is the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe brush collection. So it opens like this. And it's got all the brushes in here. I actually had to take out some of the brushes because I didn't want them to fall out when I opened it for the video. These are the brushes that I used. They fit in there. Do you see? It's perfect for traveling. You just put all your brushes in here, and then when you get to wherever you're staying at, you open them and all your brushes are right there. Like, you don't have to unpack or anything like that. You just use this as your brush holder. And I like that you don't have to roll anything up because from experience I've ruined quite a few of my brushes using the ones that you roll up because you shove it in your bag and then it gets moved around, and before you know it, when I get to my Airbnb or my hotel, my brushes are like squished. Like, how many of you guys, show of hands, have ever been personally victimized by Regina George? I'm just kidding. When you get to your hotel and your brushes are like this. So I'm actually really impressed with this box. I try to use as many of the brushes as I can for the sake of this video. Normally I probably wouldn't even use as many brushes as I did, but I just did because I had them, and that's actually really nice because I felt like I could be way more precise with my eyeshadow. Everything is placed exactly where I wanted them to be, especially with this eye look right here, and I used a ton of eyeshadows today actually. So I can appreciate how many brushes are in this collection, okay? I also will say all the brushes, they performed exactly the way that Jaclyn Hill said that they would in her video explaining what everything was going to do and what the brushes were for. If you have any questions at all about how these brushes perform, or if you have them and you like them or dislike them, let me know in the comment section below. All the products that I use are going to be in the bottom bar below. Hit that bell, subscribe, like this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! Hey guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is spray my face with the Badescu skincare facial spray. It has aloe, herbs, and rose water. It's super fancy. It literally smells like roses. I love this stuff. I just like it because it really hydrates my skin, and I love, you guys know, I love having a dewy, luminous, glow from within kind of look, so I always start with that. Next thing I'm going to do is prime my face with the Cover FX Blurring Primer. I talked about this in my last video just for like a split second, but I want to go into it a little bit more with you guys today. This kind of reminds me, it has the same consistency as the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, except this has a little bit of a color to it, and I like it better than the Smashbox one because I don't know if you could tell, but it just instantly blurred out my pores. This has really been a lifesaver. I love this stuff. I use it every single time that I do my makeup. Next thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes, and I'm going to use the Colourpop No Filter Concealer in the shade Medium. I love using this stuff to prime my eyelids. It is so smooth. I love it a lot. It's probably my favorite concealer that I've ever used. The consistency, like, I don't even feel like I have to set it every time I use this. So I separated all the eye brushes from the face brushes, so that way I can kind of see what I'm working with. And I really want to try to use as many of these brushes as I can for you guys, just to see how they'll perform. It's just to kind of help you guys out to see if you guys want to buy them or not. Because I'm not going to lie, this is $165 for the entire set. And even I'm a little bit, I really hope that I didn't just like waste all my money. But I love Jaclyn Hill. I love everything that she's ever put out, so I don't think these are going to disappoint me. I took a chance, but if you're hesitant, then I will gladly use these and show you guys how they work. Okay, now for the fun part, I'm taking this palette. Isn't it gorgeous? The first shade that I'm going to take is this shade right here, and it is called The Libra, which I'm a Libra. And I'm also going to take the JH30. I'm just going to take, I'm going to show you what I do. I'm just going to take it, dab it on there a couple times, tap it off. I'm barely tapping into this shadow, you guys, and the pigment is there. I'm just laying out how I want the shape to be, and I kind of want that kind of thing going on. I don't know how to explain that, but you see what I'm doing. As you can tell, I literally put that shade all over my lid, and I didn't really focus too much right here because we're going to be using other shades there. I'm just focusing this on my upper crease, if I had one, and then on the outer edges like that. Okay, next thing I'm going to take is the JH35, which is this brush right here. I used this once already, so excuse the color of it. So next I'm going to take this shade right here, which is the Taurus, and I'm just going to get in there, tap off the excess, and I'm actually going to focus this more into my actual crease, and I'm going to be a little bit more precise with this. So far, these brushes, they're picking up the eyeshadows really well, and they're actually blending really well. They're super soft, so I really like that. Okay, so this shade came on really light, but the more I dip into it, you can tell, as you can see right now, it's super buildable, which I like. I want to blend the edges, but I don't want to mess it up, so I'm going to go into the JH36. So remember, we started off with the JH30. As you can see, the 30 is a lot bigger and it's a lot more fluffy and fatter, and this one's a little bit more skinny, so it's going to be way more precise. Take a little bit of the Libra on that to blend the edges. Yes. The next shade I'm gonna take is gonna be the Virgo, which is this deep brown shade right here. And I'm gonna take the JH34 this time. I only focus this right here on the outer edge of my eye. Now I'm going to focus a little bit of that shade onto the crease, not too much, just whatever's left on the brush. We're going to put right there just to kind of outline and to cut that crease. Then we're going to go back to the JH36. Every time I lay down a shade on my eye, I always go back with a clean brush and blend the edges. Always, 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 because I do not like harsh lines. Next thing I want to do is take the JH37. So as you can see, it looks exactly like the 36 except smaller. But let me just show you all three of them side to side to side. So it goes from Big Papa to Mama to the baby. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade right here, which is the Aquarius. It's this really pretty, gorgeous, amazing blue. And whatever's left over, I'm taking into the, what was that shade? The Virgo. And then you guessed it, I'm going back to the Mama brush. This is the 36, and I'm gonna blend out the edge. For the next step, this is optional. You can go ahead and use the shade the Pisces if you want and put it on the center of your lid, and it'll look exactly the same as what I'm about to do. But I just really wanted to show you guys this product as well. I only bought one because I really wanted to see how it would work first before I bought more, but I'm really impressed. This is the Colourpop Jelly Much eyeshadow. When you open it, it looks like this, and it has a little topper that says keep me. So you just take that off and it looks like this. It's super cool. I love this. I'm looking for a flat shader brush to pack this on, and in this collection she actually only has one. This is the JH41. I thought I was recording and my camera decided to be a jerk and not record. But I patted on some shadow from inner to outer corner already, so we're just gonna keep going. This feels like I just sprayed my brush with Fix Plus and then put it on my eye, because it has that wet consistency to it, which is so cool, but it dries literally instantly. So the one thing with this is that you have to work really fast when using this product. I'm gonna go ahead and do my other eye off camera, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the JH37, which is the little baby one, and go back into Aquarius, this blue shade that we were using earlier, just a little bit, and I'm gonna take it right above here. Let me use this brush. This is the JH31. It's a lot longer and pointier than the brushes that we were using earlier, and I'm pretty sure it's meant for this. Oh yeah. It really gets in there, and it's fluffy, so it's not messing up anything that I laid down, and it's still blending the edges again without messing up what I had already done, because that's so annoying when that happens. I'm gonna go back into the shade The Taurus, this really warm baby pukey brown right there, with the JH35, so that we can warm up the edges a little bit, because we kind of lost a little bit of that in all this blending that we were doing. So before we finish the eyes, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the face. I'm going to go in with the Colourpop No Filter Foundation, and I'm in the shade Medium 110. Actually, I'll be back. Let me go wet my beauty blender. I'm just going to do one pump of this on the back of my hand, and I'm going to go in with the JH03 brush, which is the foundation brush. I'm just going to dip it in. I've never used this before, so let's see. Okay, so it applies this. It's actually applying it really well. That was with only one pump of foundation, so not bad. I actually really like that. I really like it. I'm going back to the Colourpop concealer that we used earlier to prime our eyes. I'm just gonna do literally just a little bit. Again, as little as possible. To me, I find the trick to a really natural, flawless look is to use as little as possible where you can help it. Okay, so with this, I am going to use a beauty blender just because that's how I like to apply concealer. I don't care if there's a concealer brush, I'm using a beauty blender. I'm going to go ahead and drag that concealer over to shape that outer corner. Okay, as you can see, I only put a little bit of concealer in the inner corner of my under eye, and it covered my entire under eye, well, of what I wanted to cover. A little bit really does go a long way with these concealers, and I believe these concealers are less than $10. Like, that's better than drugstore prices. Next, I'm going into the Shade Light palette by Kat Von D. You guys know I have been using this palette in my channel for literally 2 years now. I love it so much. Like, this is my second palette now. Okay? okay? I swear by this stuff. I'm gonna take the JH07, okay, and I'm gonna dip it into these two light shades right here. I just go back and forth, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna set my under eye with this. I find that you honestly, with this concealer, you don't have to set your under eye, because again, you saw me prime my eyes with it and I didn't even have to set it. So this concealer, you don't have to set it if you don't want to. I just like to do it to add a little bit more brightness under my eye, to give me a little bit more dimension and make me look a little more awake. Okay, so going back to the eyes, I'm gonna take the JH38, which is this little baby cute pencil brush, and I'm gonna dab it into the shade the Capricorn, which is this really pretty, looks like the night sky. I'm just gonna focus this right here on the outer edge. I'm just gonna follow where that line was, that shape at the outer edge, and I'm literally gonna make a V, okay? Just to give me some dimension. And then whatever's left, I'm gonna drag in. That's it. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. And then we're gonna go back to the tiny blending brush from earlier and just blend out that edge. In this collection, she has two pencil brushes, and honestly, this one that we were using earlier, the JH37, you can use this as a pencil brush as well. Let's start with the Libra. With the JH37, I like my under eye smoked out, you guys. Now I'm gonna go into the Taurus shade. I'm gonna use the JH38. Then we're gonna go in with the baby pencil brush, and this is the JH39. And I'm gonna go into the Virgo again. Now I'm gonna take a tight definer, and this definer, and this is the JH43, and I'm gonna go into the Capricorn, and I'm gonna really push that into my lash line. Now I'm actually gonna wipe off this brush so I can dip into the Jelly Much eyeshadow, which by the way, this is in the shade Bungalow. I just realized I didn't even tell you guys what it was called. So again, I'm just gonna dip into the cap just a little bit, and then I'm gonna focus this from inner corner to where that black shade starts. I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade the Cancer, which is this shade right here, and I'm gonna take the JH42. I love how small this is because this fits perfectly right there on my inner corner or on the brow bone area. I really love this brush. I haven't even used it yet and I'm already obsessed with it. So the eyes are basically done. All that's left is mascara and eyelashes. This part, I know it can be a little bit boring to watch, but I actually get a lot of requests from you guys to put on my lashes on camera so you guys can see. So that's what I'm going to do for you guys today. So first things first, I always do mascara just to prep my lashes and so that they blend in with the fake ones a little better. My favorite mascara right now are the Decker lashes by Butter London. This honestly is my favorite mascara that I've ever used. Make sure you have all your lashes evenly coated and pushed up. I went ahead and put glue on my lashes. Today we're gonna go in with the Flutter lashes in the style Intoxicating. I have quite a few pairs of this in my drawer because these are actually really beautiful and they're super fluffy, but they're not like overbearing. First rule when putting on your lashes, you don't want to put the glue on and then put it like on your eye right away. You want to wait for the glue to get a little bit tacky. So generally what I do is I put the glue on my lashes, then I do my contour, and then after that I put my lashes on. That way I'm not just like sitting here waiting for them to dry and then grab them too soon and get impatient and put them on. Later on in the night they start coming undone because I didn't wait long enough. I take the lash, I grab it on the center, and then I go downward. I'm gonna come down and stop. I'm not gonna place it perfectly on my eye or anything like that. It's on there, okay? And then I'm gonna take the outer corner, place it where it needs to go, and then take the inner corner and place that where it needs to go. And push them in to make sure that they actually adhere to your eye, and that's literally it. So let me show you again. Take it down the middle, grab it in the middle, come down and put it right on the center of your eye, and see how it looks crooked right when I put it on. So I'm gonna take the outer corner and place it down, and then the inner corner and place it down. Super easy. Now I'm gonna do my brows off of camera and then I will be right back. So we're gonna take this MAC Give Me Sun bronzer. In Jaclyn's video, she swore this is the best bronzer brush of all time. Dip it in there, tap it off. You're seeing it first here, people. Oh wow. Okay. Okay, girl. Okay, Jaclyn. Literally, it put everything right where I needed it and then blended it out. That's amazing. I don't even need to do anything else. My face is bronzed. Moving on to the next cheek. Okay, this is the best bronzer brush I've ever tried in my life. Let's go ahead and use this brush to contour a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Hoola bronzer. My Hoola bronzer by Benefit. As you can see, I use this quite often. And normally I would be okay with this on my cheeks. It's just I want to see how this contours. It actually contours really nice. Just focuses it right there without it being too harsh, which is really good. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. And then for blush, these two were both blending blush brushes. This one is the JH06 and this one is the 04. This one, it packs on more blush, and this one gives it a light wash for blush. So just depending on what look you want to go for, there's two options here. Today I actually want to do just a little bit of blush because there's so much going on with the eyes. I'm gonna take my Makeup Geek blush in the shade Bliss. It's this really pretty pinky corally shade right here. It's so gorgeous. I love Makeup Geek blushes, you guys, you know this. Okay, so I just dipped into it a little bit and now I'm gonna tap off the excess and just, well, I want a little more. So it does do what she said it does. It just gives you that light wash that you want, if that's the look that you're going for. See, that's the one thing I will say, at least even if you end up not liking the brushes, from what I can tell, these brushes are doing exactly what she said that they were meant to do. So as long as you're following her instructions on what they're meant to be used for, then you shouldn't be disappointed in these brushes at all, because this is my second time using them and first time using most of these brushes, and I already really like them. Okay, so that's as much blush as I'm gonna use. I tend to get carried away with blush, so put it down, girl. This next step is gonna be highlight, and I'm gonna take the JH09 brush. She said in her video that this is exactly like the Morphe 510 brush, which I have that brush, and as you can see on camera, they're exactly the same, except Mine is more fluffy, obviously, because I've used it so many times at this point. So let's just rub it around the back of our hand a little bit to get it more fluffy. See how much better it looks now. For highlight, I'm gonna stick to the Colourpop and Kathleen Light's Zodiac collection. This is the highlighter on the cusp. It's so pretty. As you can see, like, I've already used this so many times. This is one of my favorite highlighters at the moment. You're supposed to apply this with a synthetic brush, not a natural hair brush. Let me apply this real quick with a different brush. This is a crown brush. Let me just... Do you see that? Oh my god. Okay, and we're just gonna blend. I really recommend this highlighter to you guys, but for the sake of the video, I'm also gonna use the Nikki Tutorials collab highlighter. This is in the shade Glow Goals. This is an Ofra highlighter. This brush blends exactly the same as the Morphe 510, like she said. I'll put some on my nose. Cupid's bow. We're gonna go back to this little tiny brush. This is the JH42 brush. I'm gonna put this on the inner corner of my eye because, again, I want a pop of something right here on the brow bone. Wow, it just fits perfectly right there. If you are to buy anything in this entire collection, I would go with this little brush right here. Again, that's the JH42. Last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and put on a lipstick, the same collection, the Colourpop collection with Kathleen Lights, and I'm going in with the shade What's Your Sign? To finish everything off, we're gonna go into the Morphe setting spray. I was actually really hesitant to get this at first, but now that I have it, I'm never going back. That is going to complete this tutorial, you guys. If there is anything else that you guys want to see next, if you have any questions, everything's going to be in my bottom bar. Okay, cut. Cut, next. Let me know what your favorite item is in that Zodiac collection that Kathleen and Jaclyn... Oh my god, I can't talk! Oh my god. This feels like I just sprayed... For highlighter, I'm gonna use the... I'm gonna stick to the... I can't talk now. It's a continuous scent. It's a continuous setting mist, which I really like because that's just too much work. Okay, after all that blending, my fingers hurt. So, not really, third world. This is my doggy. This is Mr. Turborito. This is my best friend, my firstborn, my life, and this is Belle. Bellfire, Nobel Prize, Bella Free, anything with Belle on it. Don't, no! You staying with me or are you going down? She's confused. She's never done this before. Okay, bye.